Once upon a time, a little boy was all alone in his dear home on Christmas Eve. He sat next to the Christmas tree in his spacious living room. The lights on the evergreen conifer shone brilliant colors of ruby, gold, emerald, and sapphire. However, the little boy's soul was a shady gray because there was no one at home to kindle his spirits. He sat next to the glowing furnace, feeling the warmth that radiated from the crackling fire. However, the little boy's heart was skin-prickling cold because he had no one at home to embrace him into their loving arms and give him a heartwarming cuddle. He sat next to the animated toy train that circled around the toy railway, going choo-choo as it made its bounce. However, the little boy's body was lifeless because he had no one at home to play a zippity game of tag with him, or to lift him up into the air and carry him around like an airplane soaring through the sky. The later into the day it got, the sadder the little boy became.
"What an awful night this is,"
thought the little boy. The deeper into the night it got, the sleepier the little boy became. The numbing tick-tocking of the clock made the little boy ever so drowsy. With the addition of watching the swaying of the pendulum of the grandfather clock, the little boy started nodding off into sleep. Tired and upset, he left a plate of cookies and milk on the dining table in hopes that Santa Claus might drop by with some presents for him, and went off to sleep. That night, the little boy had a dream. The little boy dreamed that he was turned into an elf. He was Santa's little helper. First, he tried to hang ornaments onto Santa's Christmas tree. There were thread-wrapped spheres, glitter-coated stars, and matte-textured flowers, all types of different shapes and styles of ornaments which looked pleasing. However, each ornament was too big for the little boy to carry, him being an elf and all.
"Ugh, these ornaments are so hard to hold on to. Even if I try to grasp them with my arms spread wide open, I can't seem to get a grip of any one of them. If only I were back to my original size,"
thought the little boy. Next, he tried to mix the batter for making Christmas cookies for Santa. The sweet smell of the eggs and flour in the cooking mix, and the soft texture and butter taste of the cooking mix were beyond delightful. However, the mixing spoon was too heavy to use for the little boy, him being an elf and all.
"This spoon is so difficult to carry up. It is as if I were lifting a ton of bricks. Don't even mention about moving it around. If only I had my original strength."
Then he tried to put the reins onto Santa's reindeers. The reindeers looked so gallant with their branched antlers and prestigious poise. However, the unruly reindeer's speed of dodging the reins that they were to be fastened to was too fast for the little boy, him being an elf and all.
"Ugh, these reindeer are so tough to tame. All they have to do to avoid me is to stand in one place and shuffle their feet around, while I have to sprint around every this way and that in order to catch up to them. If only I had my original agility,"
thought the little boy. The little boy tossed and turned in humiliation, trying to escape from this horrible nightmare. Then he awoke from his dream. With a sigh of relief, he found himself on his bed, in his room, with the mellow sun peeping through the curtains. It was Christmas Day. The little boy tiptoed downstairs to see if anyone was at home. To his surprise, he discovered a lot of presents surrounding the Christmas tree. Too overjoyed to remember his worries from the night before, the little boy rushed to the pile of presents encircling the tree and started looking for ones that were labeled with his name. Then a sleepy voice trailed into the living room from behind the little boy, saying,
"Who on earth is up so early in the morning?"
The little boy turned around, his eyes wide with excitement. The voice was his mom's. After the little boy's mom followed his dad, still droopy-eyed because of his and the little boy's mom's late return home last night.
"Mom, Dad!"
exclaimed the little boy.
"Thank you for everything you have done for me." "Everything?"
asked the little boy's dad. The little boy replied,
"Well, I'm just so glad you are back with me and that I can have this beautiful, cozy, and lively house to live in. By the way, you won't believe the dream I had last night."
Then the little boy told his mom and dad all about his dream. He told them about the elaborate ornaments, the sumptuous cooking mix, and the fantastical reindeers. Then the little boy told them about how he had come to cherish getting to be the little boy he was, as well as everything else given to him in his life. The small family rejoiced in conversation. At the same time, amidst the trio's chatting and laughter, the little boy shot a glance over at the milk and cookies he left on the dining table last night. To his surprise, they were gone. Baffled and curious, the little boy wondered,
Who could it have been? Who had eaten those cookies and drunk that milk?